what's up? If it's your first time seeing me, I'm Ariel. If not, welcome back. I'm so happy to, see here with you. So happy to be here with you at whatever time you're seeing this. Today we're going to be ranking aesthetics. First of all, I actually hate the word aesthetic. I feel like, I don't know. I hate it. It's so annoying to me. The whole like, what's your aesthetic? It's so annoying to me. And I made a video probably like 2 months ago that I never posted about why I hate aesthetics, but I was insecure and I didn't want to post it because I didn't think anyone wanted to see that. If anyone would be interested in like seeing a serious take on aesthetics and why it annoys me, let me know. Maybe I'll like film a new one, but for now we're just gonna have a little fun, just, you know, and we're gonna just rank different aesthetics for funsies. It's just like a joke, it's just for fun. Like, don't take it seriously if I rank your aesthetic low or whatever. Literally what I say doesn't matter, and wear what you like. Anyways, with that being said, let's get into it. I'm screen recording, so you should see my screen with the tier list right now. Am I that good at editing? Probably not. Anyways, let's get into it. So I'm gonna just go in order with the ones that I made. Again, I don't really know. There wasn't like a set list of, oh, this is an aesthetic, this is not an aesthetic. So I kind of had to improvise and make my own. But here they are, and I don't know if I'm gonna go in order or not, but yeah. So first we have e-boy / e-girl. So this aesthetic, I feel like it was kind of revolutionary, kind of iconic. I think it was one of the first aesthetics to kind of bring back like the gothness, like the whole goth, like I shop at Hot Topic vibes. And for that, I have to say, like, slay, like go off. That was a serve, not gonna lie. They also started that whole hair thing with like the hair dyed in the front. I even did that at one point. So not gonna lie, they're kind of the moment, or they were the moment. I feel like their time has kind of passed, and I think that like would-be e-boys and e-girls have kind of switched into some other kind of aesthetics somewhat. But they were definitely the moment. Everyone was copying their like fashion, their makeup, their whole vibe. So I'm gonna have to put e-boy / e-girl into, I'm gonna have to put it into S tier, only because like I feel like everyone knows what an e-boy is or an e-girl is, you know? So I think that's well deserved. They belong in S tier. So yeah, e-boy / e-girl, they get S tier, period. Next, I'll just go with indie. Indie, they're giving me very Pinterest. I don't know if I'd fall into the indie category, but they're very Pinterest. You see them all over Pinterest. You see them all over, I don't know where else. But they did do that thing with the saturation filter. That was pretty cool. They're very low on diversity. I feel like all indie people are white. Like there's not much Black indie representation. You know what I mean? Or at least to the effect of the same type of indie that I'm thinking of. Like there definitely are like Black indie music artists and like stuff like that, but I don't know. I feel like at least on Pinterest, the representation is not that good. Also, I feel like, I don't know, it's not like moving mountains. It's not, it's cute. It's giving me a little bit Urban Outfitters. So yeah. For that reason, I'm gonna put indie into, I'm kind of between A and B, but I feel like it is a very popular one. It is also kind of the gateway for people who kind of dress normally or like don't really have a fashion sense. That's kind of their gateway into, I guess, making a more unique style or sense of fashion for themselves. So for that reason, I guess I'll bump them into A. All of these are subject to change, so if I change any of them, don't say shit. Next, I'm gonna go with default. So I threw defaults in there because I feel like not everyone has an aesthetic. I hate that word. I hate it so much. But I do feel like not everyone has an aesthetic. Some people are just the Lululemon leggings, just the oversized crew neck, and that's fine, you know? But they're default, like they're the default character. They have not been like customized yet. And that's fine, you know? Not everyone wants to be like super unique or out there with their fashion sense, or some people probably just haven't gotten there yet. And that's cool also. Let me explain default a little more. It's the leggings and like Victoria's Secret pink sweatshirt on top. It's like UGG moccasins or slides. It's like Birkenstocks. That's definitely default. It's not necessarily style, it's just default. It's just like starter pack. It's like bare minimum, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's what it is. So default, you're getting thrown in D. It's just the way of the world. You got to work your way up. Maybe find something to diversify yourself. You make yourself unique. Next, I'm gonna go with Cyber Ghetto. All right, Cyber Ghetto, it's your time now. Cyber Ghetto is everything I really want to be, but can't be. It's all over TikTok. That's really the only place I've seen it, TikTok. It's like a Visu jeans. It's like belly button ring. It's like Jordan 4s. It's like a fitted cap. Not even really a fan of the name. Like, it's not really ghetto, so like for it to be called Cyber Ghetto, I feel like it's kind of stupid, but whatever, that's not the point. I think Cyber Ghetto style is really good, and it's been around forever. It's been around since like the 90s, and when it's done right, it's really good. I think that it looks very flattering. Not everyone can pull it off, but I do think it's pretty cool, and for that reason, I'm gonna throw it into A tier. It's not quite as like popular or revolutionary as like e-boy e-girl. Do you get me? But it's still definitely a staple. You see someone who falls into the cyber ghetto aesthetic walking down the street and you're like, damn, like they're kind of fine. Also, they have good diversification between like races, a lot of good representation. Next aesthetic, we have streetwear. Streetwear, very similar to kind of Cyber Ghetto. Cyber Ghetto is like a cross between streetwear and Y2K, but we're ranking streetwear. Streetwear, staple, classic, you know, kind of vague. There are definitely a lot of different subdivisions and sub-style types within the streetwear aesthetic. Definitely revolutionary. It's the start of like hypebeast culture, start of like sneakerhead culture, it's the start of a lot of these streetwear brands, a lot of the shift from high fashion to streetwear, like kind of merging together. So for that reason, I think streetwear definitely belongs in S tier. It's just good all around. It's definitely a classic, definitely a staple. Yeah, you know, I think that even regardless of like your actual style type, everyone kind of has a couple streetwear fits. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I used to be very into streetwear, so maybe I'm biased, and that's fine. All right, next I'm gonna do Wannabe Y2K. So Wannabe Y2K, don't take this the wrong way. If you dress like this, don't take this the wrong way. I dress like this. But, you know, it's hard to actually pull off the full Y2K aesthetic. It's definitely difficult. But Wannabe Y2K gives me like very Vivienne Westwood necklace, very Von Dutch, very small like glasses. It's like getting there. It's getting to the Y2K aesthetic, but it's not quite there yet. A lot of Brandy Melville, you know. It's getting there, but it's not quite there yet, you know. It's like watered down Y2K. I don't know how else to say it. I feel like this one is also very popular on Pinterest. It's kind of, people say, I'm not gonna say it, but people say that it's like the white girl Y2K. I ain't say it though. People have said it. I do still think the style is very cute. I think it fits a lot of people. And yeah, it's definitely gaining in popularity, and it's just a more tangible way to fulfill like your Y2K aesthetic dreams. Like sometimes you're not trying to do the whole full juicy tracksuit, and that's fine. Like, you know, some of us just aren't there yet, and that's fine. Like, that's good. So for Wannabe Y2K aesthetic, I'm gonna put it in B tier only because, all right, hear me out. I dress like this. A lot of you probably dress like this, and that's cool. But it's not at its peak yet, so I can't necessarily put it in A. Like, there's still some style development to take place. There's still some stuff that needs to like happen to kind of make your style more unique and develop it more. But it's still very cute. It could just be a little basic. And sometimes it's giving me, is it actually fit or is she just skinny, you know? But that being said, it is very cute, and if you dress like this, hey. Okay, next. So next, I'm gonna do Techwear. I kind of just threw this one in last minute because, hey, Techwear representation. I know you guys are out here, you're wearing Techwear. It's bold of you. The Rick community, I salute you. I'm not there yet, but maybe one day when I'm like 30, I'll be dressed in full Rick and I could fulfill my Techwear dreams. My Y3 people, shout out to you. Techwear people are very cool. Like, they're very cool, but I am intimidated by them. I think if you wear Techwear, I feel like you definitely have established your own sense of style. Like, you don't just see everyone walking around wearing Techwear. So hats off to you for that. What else? Techwear is cool. Techwear is dope. I'm gonna throw you in A tier. I feel like you belong there. It just feels right. You have like your own established niche, but I wouldn't say like it's super popular, but maybe that's what makes it good, you know? Next, I put cherry emoji aesthetic as like an aesthetic. I don't really know how to describe it or what like the actual name might be, but when I say cherry emoji aesthetic, I'm thinking like Lana Del Rey. That's it. That's all I'm thinking. No, I'm thinking Lana Del Rey. I'm thinking the 1975. I'm thinking Tumblr in like 2015. Do you get me? Not a bad thing. You know, Lana Del Rey definitely gonna knock you some points down. This aesthetic I feel like is kind of dying out, and maybe that's a good thing. I said it. So for that reason, I'm gonna throw cherry emoji aesthetic into C. It was definitely probably A tier at one point, at its peak, at its height, you know, like the renaissance of cherry emoji aesthetic. Like, had a lot of devout followers at one point, but then, you know, like Lana Del Rey got like problematic and things just got weird. So for that reason, putting cherry emoji aesthetic in C, that's where it belongs. That's just the facts. So next we have, let's go for actual Y2K. So actual Y2K, it's a wannabe Y2K aesthetic, but just like a little less basic. You know their history of brands, you know, they're more just developed, they're more seasoned, and it's what we all really strive to be, but it can be hard to execute. And for that reason, I think it only really belongs in S. Like, it has the historical backing, like it's based on such an iconic time, and just to be carried out right, I think takes so much, I don't know, it takes so much work, takes so much character development. Not everyone can pull it off, but when it's done right, I think it looks amazing. It's what all of us are kind of striving to be on the low, but people who pull that off, like, hats off to you. You have all my respect, like nothing but respect for my Y2K dressers. Yeah, one day hopefully I'll be up there with you guys, but until now, I'll just set you in the S tier and kind of admire it. Also, if you can't tell, this is completely biased on my own personal taste, so please, like, don't come for me. Next, we have a classic. This is literally the ultimate classic. I think this might have, dare I say, invented aesthetics. We have VSCO girl, but like really anyone can be a VSCO girl, so I said VSCO person. VSCO person girl has kind of like revolutionized aesthetics, just like niches. Shout out Emma Chamberlain. I feel like she truly started it. But you know, I think that there was a point when you know how like everyone is kind of falling into the wannabe Y2K aesthetic now? Like everyone is kind of trying to nudge their way into that. I think there was a point when everyone was in the VSCO girl aesthetic, and it still has lasting effects today. Like the scrunchie, that's all I got, the scrunchie. But the scrunchie, the poopy jacket, the fuzzy like Sherpa jacket, everyone had that. I mean, I didn't have it, but everyone had it. I feel like it kind of has graduated now into the wannabe Y2K aesthetic, but it was just like a classic staple. It wasn't bad, it just kind of got played out after a bit, but it was iconic. No doubt it was iconic. So for that reason, obviously it gets S tier. It revolutionized fashion. Like, pause. It did not revolutionize fashion, but it had its moment for sure. It definitely had its moment. It got some of the default people up into kind of like, you know, developing their style a little more. So that is iconic. And yeah, it served. It definitely served. Okay, next we have Dark Academia. Dark Academia, they're cool. Don't really know much about them, but they give me Harry Potter vibes. They give me library vibes. They give me the UK vibes. Those are all decent things, I guess. I feel like this one is probably hard to execute in your everyday life. Like, I don't know quite how people consistently embody this every day. Like, what do you wear blazers every day? Like a nerd? They do be looking classy though. They do. They definitely do. I'm gonna throw them in B tier. They're alright, you know. Maybe kind of become more pronounced. I feel like their niche is pretty small. Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll get back to that one. Yeah, they could stay in B. They're cool, but we need more dark academia representation, more dark academia. I don't know. We need to be let in a bit more. Like, what are you guys thinking about, you know? I feel like it's too small for you to fully just be that aesthetic. Like, I feel like people are dark academia with a sprinkle of cottage core, you know? This is terrible. Whatever. And last but not least, this one is the OG. We have cottage core. Actually, this is not the OG. But she's iconic. Cottage core, yup. So cottage core, she really gave the girls what they wanted. We're talking running away to a little cottage in the forest. We're talking interacting with wildlife. We're talking gathering water from a creek. We're talking baking our own bread. Yup. And that's what cottagecore is kind of giving. It's giving long prairie skirts. Yup. It's giving cardigans. Yup. It's giving lack of diversity though. Not gonna lie. We need more POC cottagecore icons. But I feel like there also aren't very many like cottagecore icons. What does this mean? This is like I'm speaking in code. Anyways, cottagecore did its thing. Started out small, but I think slowly like everyone knows about cottagecore now. It's like a trending search on Depop, and yeah, it's a vibe. It has a broad spectrum. Like there's cottagecore foods, there's cottagecore decoration styles, there's cottagecore fashion, there's cottagecore music, you know? So I think they give it to the girls. Yeah, they're cool. They have like the little ears that are pointy. Those are scary, I'm not gonna lie. Those are scary. I've never seen anyone wear them out in public, but like, do y'all be wearing those out in public? Be honest, because I don't know what I'd do if I saw someone wearing them in public. I'd probably just think that's cool and move along. But they're scary. They give me kind of, I don't know, like I'm taken aback when I see them. But nevertheless, I would say cottagecore is A tier. But I feel like they do deserve the S. But you know what? For now, I'm going to drop them yeah, I'm gonna drop them in A tier because they're kind of like a little good kept secret, but you know, they're cute. What does that mean? Nothing. But yeah, I stand cottagecore. I think cottagecore is cute. That's it. That is it for this ranking video. Those are all the aesthetics I have. Let me know if you enjoyed this and want to see a part 2 because I can definitely dig up some more aesthetics to rank, and this was really fun. Also, never mind. No, also. Yeah, that's it. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching till the end if you did. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day or night or whatever. And I'll see you in the next one. Laters.